Let us understand lead and lag functions to get column values from following or prior records. Here is the example where we can get prior or following records based on order by within over clause. I am talking about this one. Either you can use lead or lag functions depending upon how you want to sort the data. So in this case, if you want to get the prior record along with the current record, you can say lead of whatever column from which you want to get the data for prior record, and then you can say over order by the column on which you want to sort the data, and then DESC to sort in descending order. You can also use lag of the column name over order by the column name ascending order to get the prior record using lag. In this case, I am demonstrating using lead. If you want, you can also add lag here, and you should be able to get the same values just by changing the function name here and then change the sorting order. Here also we have to specify lag, and then let me give aliases as lag prior date, lag prior revenue. So we can either use lead or lag to get the same results. However, you have to sort the data appropriately to get similar results with lead or lag. We will run this query in a moment, but before getting there, let's review the data from the table daily revenue, which we will be using to demonstrate these examples. Let's connect to itversity_retail database, where we have this daily_revenue table with two columns, date and its corresponding revenue. It is nothing but a product of join between orders and order items, and then aggregate by order date from orders to get the revenue for each date. You can see the date and its corresponding revenue. Now I want to see, along with the current date and revenue, I want to get the prior day's date as well as revenue. So in this case, the prior day's date in our data is nothing but 2014 July 23, and revenue is $38,795.23. I want to see both current day as well as prior day's records side by side. So either you can use lead or lag functions like this, and let's review the results by running this. You can see here I have used both lead and lag, and we got the same results here. Keep in mind that depending upon the function you are using, you might have to determine the sorting order to get same results either with lead or lag. Now when it comes to the last record where there is no prior date, you will be getting null values. Let me demonstrate that as well. So in this case, I am not using lag, I am only using lead, and I am removing the DESC, which means data will be sorted in ascending order. This order by is primarily to preview the results to understand the behavior. It is optional. We don't need to specify when we try to use lead or lag to get prior records information along with current record information. Now if I run this, you will see that for the last day, which is nothing but 2013 July 25th in our dataset, prior day's date is null as well as prior revenue is null. That's why we are seeing null values here. Now we can also pass number of rows as well as default values for nulls as arguments. So when I say we can also pass number of rows, by default we are getting one prior records data. If I want to get 7 prior records data or 10 prior records data or 30 prior records data, we can pass that 1 or 7 or 30 as one argument. And also in case of null values like this, if you want to specify some relevant values, it might make more sense. For example, for prior date we can say date not available. For prior revenue we can say revenue not available or 0. Like that we can represent nulls in a meaningful fashion, and this is how it will look like to get prior n records data. In this case I am trying to get prior 7 records data along with the current data. Let's run this, and you should be able to see the results. Here for 2014 July 24th, now we are getting 2014 July 17th data, not 2014 July 23rd data, because we have specified 7, which means get me the data which is 7 prior records. In this case we are using date as criteria, that's why we are getting prior 7 days results. So the date which is 7 days prior, we are getting corresponding data for that date. Now let's run this. In this case, I am sorting data in ascending order. You can see that for last 7 days, it is all showing nulls here because there are no corresponding prior 7 records data for these 7 records. That's why we are getting nulls here. If you want to convert the revenue to 0 if it is null. Then you can pass the third argument to lead function like this, and you should be able to get the revenues as 0 instead of nulls. You can also specify something like not available for the date, and it will be NA for the prior date where there are no corresponding 7 days prior dates here. Now let us go through the details about how we can get prior or following records within a group or partition based on particular order. Here is the example where we can get prior or following records based on partition by and then order by clause. I am talking about this one within over. That being said, let's ensure that we are connected to ITversity retail database and then describe on a table called as daily product revenue. Now it has 3 fields: order date, order item product ID, and revenue. It is the product of orders and order items. However, when we try to get the results, we have grouped the data by date as well as product ID. Now within each date, I just want to see what is the top performing product along with the next top performing product or next best performing product. Let's preview the results here. I am running select star from daily product revenue with limit 10 so that we can get first 10 records. We'll be seeing the date as well as the product ID and the revenue as part of the output. For 2013 July 25th, the top performing product is 957 and its revenue is $4,499.70. For the same date, the next best performing product is 1014 and its revenue is $2,798.88. And we want to see these two values and these two values side by side. Similarly, for 1014 and 2798, the next best performing product is 365 and its corresponding revenue is $3,359.44, so and so forth. Now, this is how the query will look like. The only difference is we have partition by along with order by. As part of the partition by, we can actually specify the partition column and we should be able to get the results. In this case, we will be getting the current product and its revenue along with the prior product and revenue within the date. Now let's run this. As there is a limitation with Jupyter where it will be displaying only 100 records when we use SQL Magic for whatever reasons, I am using simple Scala code here with the same query. Only difference is I am saying spark.sql and I am passing the query in triple quotes, and then I am saying show of 200 comma false, or let's say 100 comma false. So it will only display 100 records. Then we will be validating the results. This query also will give the same data. However, it will only print 10 records because of the limitation with respect to the Jupyter while running SQL Magic. Now you can see the output here. For 2013 July 25th, the top performing product is 1004 with the revenue 5,599.72. The next best performing product is nothing but 191 with the revenue 5,099.49. However, this is different from what we have seen earlier. The reason is we haven't sorted the data here. If we have sorted the data, we would have got these values at the top and then these values and so forth. If you want to correct this, you just have to say order by, order date, and then revenue DESC, and then run this. Then you will see the similar results what we are seeing here. You can see here for 2013 July 25th, the top performing product is 1004 with revenue $5,599.77, and that is what is showing up here. Now, when it comes to the last record within the date 2013 July 25th, you can see that it have null values within each partition. There is no prior record based upon the revenue. That's why the last one is showing null values here. We can also pass number of rows as well as default values for nulls as arguments, as we have seen earlier. So in this case, we are trying to get the prior records values. However, if they are nulls, especially with respect to the revenue, I want to display as 0. If you want to pass the third argument, you have to pass the second argument also. Otherwise, it will not work. So let me run this, and now we'll be seeing not only the prior days records. If they are nulls, especially with respect to revenue, it will be replaced with zeros. Here we are not getting those many records. It is better to run this to get the results similar to what we have got earlier with zeros at the end. However, there is no order by in this query, and hence we might not see the results correctly. I have to fix it. So I have to add order by here so that data is sorted, which will facilitate us to preview the results more accurately. Now let me run this. Now you can see the output here. For the last record, you can see the next product ID is null and next revenue is 0, as we have specified the 3 arguments with respect to the lead here. The first argument is the column, the second argument is how many records prior you want to get, and the third argument is if it is null, what should be the value you should be using it. This is how you should be able to leverage lead or lag functions to get following or prior records along with the current records.